Lions versus Cowboys. How about thoughts on Michael Penix Jr. being the best quarterback in college football history? Huskies cleared University of Texas Longhorns. Wasn't even close. Definitely was not almost the biggest choke job of all time at the end of the game. I think this is setting up a great stage for myself and Daniel. Myself, huge Huskies fan, as someone who didn't go there but lives in Vancouver, Canada. And, of course, Daniel, from Michigan, must be a big fan of University of Michigan, despite the fact that he went to Michigan State University, so he probably actually hates them. It's the Egg versus Dan Bowl, for sure. Hang on. It's a new year. Let's get set up on the right end here. By the way, can I want to, for once, have a positive change in the world in 2024, okay? I'll be a squeaky cucumber. Let's start with small victories, actionable items that can change society for the better, that don't require a lot of work. And then we'll build momentum and we'll deal with the big problems later, okay? Don't worry about this guy. I don't think he's very good. Let's just start getting some stats instead. First piece of actionable item. And I talked about this in the Lion Discord yesterday, so I apologize if we're bringing it back, if this is old hat for you. I'll take my draw. Step one. Ideal restaurant bathroom, for me, has an indicator on the door whether it's occupied or unoccupied. That's step one. We hold these truths to be self-evident. That way, you don't have to jiggle the lock in order to determine if there's someone in there, okay? An indicator that says vacant or not vacant is huge because you don't have to, nobody likes to be doing their business and then hear like, tick, 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 tick on the door. Because either you're like, oh, I've taken too long, or you're like, I've only been in here for 2 seconds. Just relax, buddy. In lieu of that, okay? In lieu of that, we as society need to be the change we want to see in the world, okay? And what do I mean by that? When you leave a public bathroom, like a restaurant, or even a stall in like a more communal public bathroom type setup, when you're done, you leave the door open. Light off, door open. That way, when people walk to the bathroom area, they know immediately which bathrooms are available to be used. No longer are we doing this, unless you dropped an incredibly stinky log in there and it would be impolite to leave the door open. I understand that. In that case, you should leave the door slightly ajar, light on. That way people can tell at a glance that like this place is available. I hate going into, it's like, you know what it is? It's like being the Binding of Isaac. You walk into a room, all the doors are closed to you. You got to walk up to this one. Hello, hello, tick, 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 tick. Oh, sorry, you're taking a dump in there. Oh, my mistake. Oh, tick, tick. The genesis for this is that Kate and I were at a restaurant yesterday. I had to go to the bathroom. It was 2 unisex bathrooms, both of which were closed with no indicator that they were vacant or not vacant. So I'm like, I'm not going to stand there. I don't mind standing there for 2 minutes waiting. But then if someone comes up behind me, they're all of a sudden, I'm the problem. Because they're like, I trust that this guy's jiggled the locks to make sure that we're not waiting here for no reason. So like all of a sudden the responsibility comes to me. So I walked up to one of them and I turned the handle. The handle turned fine. Then I pulled on the door and it was clearly locked, but it made like a sound like like a caged animal. And then literally, like I took one step back to avoid culpability. And a millisecond later, the lock went like, and then a middle-aged mom and her teenage daughter walked out of the bathroom like with their arms crossed and looked me in the face like I'm an escaped convict or something like that. I just wanted to go piss, lady. I don't know what's going on in there. I don't know what kind of situation you had that necessitated 2 people being in the bathroom at the same time, but like, I'm not the bad guy here, okay? I'm trying to, we could avoid these problems if we just had more sensible design. It's not their fault either. I'm mad at them because it looked like they were mad at me. But they probably were just like, oh, it's time for us to go. We've been in here too long. I can't believe I'm buying a cricket round 4, bro. Yeah, hey, buddy, how you doing? I don't even know where you are. Where are you? Some of this. Some of this. By the way, the other reason I wanted to play SAP today, obviously to get some preloaded banter feels nice, especially coming back from a bit of time away for the holidays. But also, I played some of this weekly yesterday on my phone, and I was loving every minute of it, Jerry. I was loving every minute of it. I was winning like a madman yesterday. It feels like it fits. Do Canadians celebrate New Year's Eve? We do. Stonecutter's voice, we do. But I'm not trying to say that like this is instead of the way that we normally do New Year's Eve. I understand it makes logical sense. I'm changing society today, okay? I guess that's what I'm saying. I'm changing society today. It makes logical sense that the celebrations for New Year's, you son of a bitch, bison. Sorry, I was quoting Raul Julia badly. It makes sense that New Year's Eve is celebrated at midnight local time because that's the ceremonial and literal changeover from one year to the next. I want to say two things about New Year's Eve. One is, I think it would be great if we, and you could do this yourself, but it would be great if we normalized having a New Year's celebration maybe at like noon on December 31st, because there's no way my ass is staying up until midnight because I got to wake up early, and then also I'm putting my daughter to bed at like, 8:45 or something like that. So I think just having like a ceremonial New Year's at lunchtime, like around brunch, would be fun. You don't need, by the way, people are -2. I would never do that. Don't flatter yourself. You're not invited, by the way. Why'd you have to wake up early if you didn't have to Peloton? You're going to learn, Dialguiga. My daughter has a little something called a stomach bug, which is polite society conversation for explosive diarrhea. So yesterday, I was up at 5 a.m. because she threw up. And then I took her down to sleep on the couch while I slept on the carpet next to her. So I got like this fucking Berber imprint on my forehead from sleeping face down on the rug. Is she better now? In a manner of speaking. Let me think about this. Why face down? Because that's how I sleep, bro. I'm a face-down sleeper. I'm a tummy sleeper. Don't even start with me, by the way, motherfuckers. If you ate like half a family-sized bag of Doritos and you're one of those people who's like, I stand up to shit because it keeps your colon from getting twisted up, I sleep on my back because it's good for the spine and coffin rehearsal. I see you. It's all about optimizing your health as long as it takes no fucking effort whatsoever, right? It's always something I read on r/life pro tips. Hey, r/life pro tips. What's something I can do for under $10 that will save my life and require no concerted effort consistently whatsoever? How do you breathe? I don't know. That's my fucking autonomic system's problem. It figures it out. It's the same reason I don't shit my pants while I sleep, I'm sure. I'm sure while I'm I actually have a theory about sleep, by the way. Now, I can't validate this. I think sleep is kind of like when you're under anesthetic, in the sense that my insane hypothesis is that you're actually, when you're asleep, when you think you're asleep, you're like 33% awake. But then when you fully wake up, your brain smooths out. It uses like content aware fill in Photoshop to smooth out the period that you were asleep to make it feel like you were asleep the whole time. What makes you believe that? Because sometimes I'll wake up in the night and realize that I actually have like a mental ledger of like the last 10 minutes. Like if I wake up suddenly at 2 a.m., I can remember what I was thinking about for like the 10 minutes before I woke up. And then when I wake up, it's like my brain is like, okay, move that shit to short-term memory. So I think that's like something that's happening all night. But then when you wake up for real, your brain is like, dump that shit in the cache. You don't need it anymore. Reject all cookies. Same thing. Like, here's another, it's not a data point. It's anecdata. I sleep with one Bluetooth earbud in. 95% of the time that I wake up, you know how I wake up? I wake up clutching my Bluetooth earbud in one of my hands. So what's happening? Obviously, at some point in the night, my earbud's falling out, and then my brain is like, let's go grab that earbud so I don't lose it, and then I clutch it, and I wake up, and it's like Hawkeye waking up with the Soul Stone in his hand. So I was fucking awake, bro. Obviously, I was awake to grab that shit. But I don't remember being awake. And I'm like, oh, I had a great sleep instead. I'm not saying, obviously, that it's like 100% true. Simply saying it feels 100% true. Hey, by the way, watch this drive. We're going to go Gariel. We're going to take melon helmet. And then the greatest lettuce of all time. Is it true you were psyoped into eating the worst form of oatmeal? Yes. I made a mistake. I tweeted, I need a recipe for breakfast that's carbohydrate rich. By the way, some of you need to learn how to read, and that's fine. I'm not mad. I said, I need a recipe that's for breakfast that I can meal prep, that's high calorie, high carbohydrate, and the protein content doesn't matter at all. People were like, crack an egg into a muffin tin and put some shredded cheddar cheese on top of it. That's keto, motherfucker. That's 0 carbs. No, I'm not just calling Squeaks out. Squeaks was like, I make like 100 hard-boiled eggs on Sunday and eat them throughout the week. I'm like, he's a streamer. I should have expected that. Some people were like, literally like, here's what I eat for breakfast, and it's like a double cheeseburger with a lettuce bun. And I'm like, you got me all backwards. Why you want high carb? Because I'm on the bike for 90 to 120 minutes most mornings when I'm not having like, 100% Smoothie King diarrhea dumps in the morning. I need the carbohydrates. So I said, I don't really want to do, here's how my methodology went, by the way. I said, I don't really want to do overnight oats. The reason I don't want to do, by the way, someone in chat said just do a protein shake. You're not listening. This is why you have communication problems in your life. That is, yet again, a 0 carb solution. Unless, next step, go to bodybuilding.com and get some powdered maltodextrin. Bro, I'm 35 years old with a kid, okay? That phase of my life where I'm going to like become Brian Shaw is over. You need to listen to me. I want grains, I want fruits and vegetables, etc., things that will like nourish my long-term health, hopefully. You just got to listen, okay? I said, I don't want overnight oats. Overnight oats are delicious. I don't want them because I don't want to have to get a bowl and a spoon dirty in the morning. This was naive of me. Instead, I found a recipe for baked oatmeal, oats, milk, mashed banana, cold spaghetti. You guys like the Wiggles? Almonds. I had some leftover almonds from Costco. I smashed them up in the bag with a hammer, sprinkled that into the mix, mixed it up, put some maple syrup on it, mixed it up, baked it, put some almonds on top of it, broiled it, got it like nice and brown. I thought that it would come out like a shelf-stable granola bar that you could just eat, and it didn't. It came out like a goop that has to be served in a bowl. So basically, my entire reason for making baked oatmeal instead of making overnight oats was invalid to begin with. And then it doesn't taste as good as overnight oats. And it still requires using 2 dishes in the morning. And it took me like, I don't know. I mean, the oven did most of the work, but the prep work was like 15 minutes. So in the future, we will just be doing overnight oats. But you know what? We made a mistake. You got to freeze it. It is frozen, my brother. And then I take it out and I defrost it and I bite into it and it turns into crumbs and I go get a bowl. Okay, anyway, we're cruising. What are we going to do? You know what? This is a spawning build waiting to happen. It's a cell. It's a cell. I'm keeping you just for badge-based reasons. No! My muscle memory. No, I got this damn idiot out here. Okay, you know what? Fine. I meant to get the chicken. I'm a fool. That's fine. We'll live with this. Huge. Why is the rabbit so freaking big? DL Guiga watching Looney Tunes on Ice. Feels good to be back. It needs an egg to bind it. Gandalf face. The one egg! Is it secret? Is it safe? You should not be killed by a lynx or a conjurer of cheap tricks. All right. Gandalf should have soy pointed in Lord of the Rings. Well, I think that it's rather they should have soy pointed when Gandalf returned. Holy cow, we got a draw. I still sort of... You're right, the waffle does give you HP now. I still sort of feel like it doesn't make sense to me. I'm sure there's actually like a J.R.R. Tolkien-esque reason why Gandalf had to die in the Fellowship of the Ring. But it kind of seems like little bro was just... He took it as kind of like his opportunity to get out of the Fellowship. Like he couldn't have just run away from the Balrog like everybody else was doing. Bro needed some PTO. Needed some rest and relaxation. You're downplaying the Balrog? It seemed like everybody, even the hobbits are like, 3'2", and they were getting away from the Balrog. The lore says the Balrog is somehow his cousin. It's so crazy that that's definitely true. I mean, we're definitely right. They only got away because Gandalf took aggro? It just... Maybe I don't understand the dark arts or whatever. But, like, can't he just whip up, like, an alacrity spell and get them, moving toot sweet or something like that? No. Why didn't they just take the Eagles? I told you, we can't afford the Eagles. We can't replace an eagle with an eagle. What we can do is replace them in aggregate. We're going to replace the Eagles with 4 halflings. Why halflings, Billy? Tell them, why halflings? Because they get to Mordor. How can you not be romantic about the Shire? We need to fly. This whole squad is ass. Unwind the entire thing. Rebuild it as the most scumbag summoning team you've ever seen. Cold spaghetti, cold... You're going to go? You're sticking for now, like a Pussycat Dolls song. I don't think we need any of you then. It's close, but I don't think we need any of you. I think I'm chilling. Samwise had the highest on Mordor percent last season. That's true. His slugging percentage is not that impressive because he literally has never hit a home run in his life, except for when he miraculously killed Shelob. But the dude is like Ichiro Suzuki. Like, there's like a 70% chance he gets on base. And by base, I mean Mordor. Every time that he steps up to the plate. You know what? For now, we do it like this. This seems not good. Never mind, it seems amazing. It's the strongest team I've ever seen. We don't need you. We need some chocolates. Thank you so much. I didn't expect it to come so soon. And in 2024, we're not doing double entendres, okay? We're not doing double entendres and cheap puns. I don't want to go off on a rant here, but does anybody else think Kaka is just Twitch's version of Reddit? That's what she said speak? This is bad. This one's bad. That resolution will last 1 day max. I mean, maybe it's a toxic trait. I'm not messing with you. I'm putting the system on trial this year. I'm very, very anti-double entendre. I actually find a double entendre more annoying than like a Shakespearean-esque pun. Like, that's, at least there's a little bit of ingenuity in a pun, even if the motherfuckers who drop them think that they're the immortal Barb. What is this? Nicki Minaj, if she was alive to see Romeo and Juliet at the Globe Theater, the immortal Barb. But at least, note for everybody in my demographic, Barbs are what Nicki Minaj stans call themselves. That's the Nicki Minaj enthusiast community. But double entendres, it's always like if you look at the 1,000 most common words in the English language, like 5% of them are double entendres all the time. Hard, quick, come, fast, squirt, gland, prostate, orgasm, nut. You know, like you can't say any sentence that's just supposed to have like a normal meaning without accidentally walking into double entendre. Like, you could just be saying a normal sentence, like, oh, I was out watching Goon with my boys the other day, and then my cheeks swole up, and my doctor said, you gotta come right now. And all of a sudden, people are like, Conka? Conka? That's a normal sentence, bro. A dude can't watch a movie and have an allergic reaction at the same time anymore? Makes me sick. Oh, all my units are dead, huh? I bet you thought that would slow me down. Wait, I'm actually gonna win. Wait, I'm actually gonna lose? Yep. No, I'm gonna draw. Okay. We take those. You have to go, but it has to be an apt replacement. Well, for now, I'll live with this. Hey, Shadow Insurgent, thanks for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. I'm going to try this. It's a little crazy. Oh, I forgot about Cine 2. We should play Cine 2 Nerdle today. I love that game. Hey, by the way, I wasn't memeing when I said that I watched Danny Boyle's 2007 science fiction film Sunshine again. Now, I'm an old head. I saw that when it came out. Not in theaters, but like on probably some kind of Belarusian website that compromised the security of my Acer laptop that I bought for my second year of university. Great movie. I loved it when I saw it the first time. I would say I liked it a lot when I saw it the first time. I watched it while riding the bike on Saturday, and I liked it even more. There's like, I feel like when I said, I never thought I would become my own father in this way, but everybody does, I guess. I never thought I would say this, but they really don't make movies like that anymore. It's an hour and 40 minutes long. It has things that hit the base level movie watcher, like, it's got conflict. It has some cinematic set pieces. It has some action movie moments, but it also has like some quiet, cerebral, almost spiritual moments in it as well. It has a beautiful score, unbelievably strong character work, because the motherfucker only has like 6 actors and actresses in the whole thing. Cillian Murphy, Rose Byrne, Chris Evans, Michelle Yeoh, Benedict Wong, and then I always forget the guy's name, but he's also in Bullet Train. He's the Japanese captain. He was played against me. Hiroyuki Sanada, is that his name? Thank you. Hiroyuki Sanada from the Last Samurai. It's an insane, and yes, it does have Mark Strong, but Mark Strong doesn't really do too much. Except go, "Are you an angel?" He's kind of like the original Bane. Cliff Curtis is in it. Anyway, it's a great movie, bro. If you haven't seen Sunshine, I see you there. Jay, I was kind of inspired by your tweet. I see you in there saying you added it to your watch list. When you said I've been making a habit to doom scroll less and watch more Kino cinema, I was like, you know what? That's a wonderful idea. So I previously said I did an hour on the bike watching Home Alone, and it was torture. I'd rather just do the regular Peloton classes. That was true at the time. Then I said, you know what? On Saturday, I wasn't feeling a class. I said, let's just watch a movie. And the time flew by. I had an amazing 97 minutes or whatever. And I have to come to the realization that maybe Home Alone just fucking sucks. I hate to say it. I've been one of the big Home Alone defenders. Maybe it's kind of ass, actually. It's not as good as Sunshine, at least. It's not as good as Sunshine. Let me tell you that, people. Sunshine clears Home Alone, without a doubt. But maybe I'm not looking at it fairly. Maybe I'm evaluating Home Alone, which is a Christmas movie, a notoriously cursed genre, versus a non-Christmas movie, which has all the advantages as a result of not having to be about Christmas. Okay, I'll take 8 considering I made some mistakes, but run it back. I think Home Alone's okay. It's old hat, I apologize. Be like a grabby alien. I apologize for this old-ass take, but every Christmas on Twitter, there's like people that say like, Uncle Frank is the real villain of Home Alone. He calls Kevin a little jerk, and he steals the forks and spoons in first class on the airplane. Bro, Joe Pesci puts a revolver to a first grader's fucking temple and pulls the hammer back. Kevin McAllister, not to be outdone, shocks Daniel Stern with electricity so bad that you can see his bones. And you're like, oh, Uncle Frank's kind of like he's a bit of an asshole. He's not the real villain. What are you talking about? Doesn't make any damn sense. Why am I leveling you up, bro? What am I doing? I'm not paying attention. Oh, they say streaming's not hard. Oh, yeah? Well, explain why I suck ass at it after I haven't practiced for a couple weeks. You were never good? Origin, you're on thin ice, brother. I hold your fate in the palm of my hands, okay? Nice to see you back to your shit posting, though. Nice to see you back. I love that for you. Give me a little bit of this, a little bit of this. No, we will not be buffing the worm today. This is what we will be doing. Kangaroo goes crazy. I'm already caught. This is a guaranteed 10-piece. What about Old Man Marley? Old Man Marley, well, listen. I want to say he's not the villain because he has a touching moment. Here's something I'll tell you for free. Old Man Marley absolutely did not commit murder. That is something that's made up by the kids. Kids do that. They make their own lore for their neighborhood, right? And old people are scary when you're like 9. That being said, when Old Man Marley at the church starts explaining how his son is estranged, you know Old Man Marley probably said some fucked up shit, and that's how the relationship fell apart. I'm reading between the lines. He said, you know, Old Man Marley was like a longtime Republican or something like that, and his son was like, I'm going to vote for Dukakis. And you're like, you're really going to vote for Dukakis, bro, over Ronnie Reagan? That's it. We're cut. And then it took him like 8 years to realize that he shouldn't have done that, okay? So I'm not saying, people can change. I'm simply saying that I think he probably deserved that shit at first. But it's a heartwarming moment that they all get back together at the end. Although I always wonder, like maybe this is just needlessly cynical for humor-based reasons. You know, they have that shot of like him hugging his son and like picking up his granddaughter and it's touching and like everything's okay. You think as soon as that motherfucker got inside, they started arguing about politics again, like 2 seconds later? I knew this was a bad idea. I never want to see you ever again. No. They don't like it when you say that stuff at Christmas, bro, but it's not Christmas anymore. It's New Year's. Anything goes. I told you we're going to 10, by the way. Anyway, Sunshine, good movie. I don't know where you can watch it in America. You can watch it on Disney Plus in Canada, which is kind of crazy. You just have to scroll past 75 of the worst-looking Disney originals you've ever seen in your entire life, and then you'll find it, Sunshine, right there. There it is. Below the Santa Claus is the Disney Plus reboot of the Santa Claus franchise that everybody definitely missed. Also, I'm willing to say that I had the Reddit take on that movie, which is that Sunshine is like 2/3 of one of the best science fiction movies that's been made in my lifetime, and then like 1/3 they completely botched the ending. I feel like watching it through for a second time, my stance softened greatly. I feel like there's like a mid-cell meme in there. You know, it's my favorite meme format, so I had to do it to him. The mid-cell meme is idiot and genius. The movie is fun all the way through. And the middle is, no, they turned it from a contemplative science fiction movie where competent people solve problems using engineering know-how into a slasher film. You could make the meme better, but... Are you going to watch the 3-body problem? That depends. Is it ever going to come out? Because I'm pretty sure I saw like the first teaser for it like 27 months ago or something like that. Like, it's been in development for so long that Netflix went from, like, non-stop hits to exclusively misses. Read the books. Do you ever get tired of just being wrong? No disrespect. Why wouldn't I read the books? I don't know, because there's fucking 8 of them, and they're 750 pages long each. Why digest the story in 10 hours when instead you could dedicate, the rest of your year to it? Listen, if I'm reading something in 2024, it's going to be Marcel Proust's In Search of Lost Time, okay? It's not going to be some shit where the aliens fold space and time in order to send little asteroids back in time to destroy Earth. But what we do is we're like, hey, aliens, like if you do that shit to us, we're going to signal to the other aliens who are even worse than you that you're right here. So they're going to be like, we're going to get you. So it's like mutually assured destruction. No, we're going to read In Search of Lost Time, bro. We're going to read Sodom and Gomorrah. Why are you gatekeeping literature? I'm not. It's the literature readers who are gatekeeping storytelling. They're like, why watch the TV show when you could just read the books? Because it's fucking like 3 times faster. It's like saying, why get a free sample when you could just buy the ice cream? Because the free sample is like 0 investment, bro. Versus $9 for 1 scoop and then an extra $2.50 for a waffle cone? We used to be a proper country, bro. Yeah, but the show's not out. It's all right. The book won the Ursula K. Le Guin Science Fiction Book of the Year prize in like 2011. I've waited this long. I'm not going to watch the show either, by the way. So like, let me give you the true spoiler. If you're pissed now, wait till I don't watch the show when it comes out. Wait till I watch the first 22 minutes of episode 1 and I'm like, this shit is shot like the Santa Claus is on Disney Plus. I'm out. And then I watch Home Alone 2 again. Why would I be pissed? I don't know, brother. You know yourself better than I do. Okay, skunk me. Just read the book, Andes. Makes me sick. How's your urethral health? It's been good, thank you for asking. It's never been bad. I've never had bad urethral health. I'm sure it can happen. You could get like maple syrup, urine disease or whatever. Me personally, my urethra, it's never been better. But also, I will say, in being honest here, it's also never been worse. It's pretty much been the same for my entire life. You should get a UTI. That shit's fire. I think that's pun intended, and I'm going to hit you with a +2 as a result. Check this shit out. You don't see this too much in the modern day. Mammoth? How's your flow? I would say 199 times out of 200, it's perfect. Rifled, good speed coming out of the barrel. Consistently goes where I aim it. And then 1 out of 200 times, inexplicably, splits. It's like I've got the garden hose on the wrong nozzle, and I end up with the split stream, and both sides miss the toilet. It makes no sense. And then you go like, oh shit, and you kind of like slap it a little bit, and then it comes out in the right pattern again. It's damn true. I don't know what the human body has lots of viruses. Does anybody else gleek? Gleekers get a bad rap. Nobody's doing that shit on purpose, bro. What is gleeking? Gleeking is sometimes you yawn, and the way that you move your mouth and your tongue shoots saliva like 6 feet in front of you, like a Dilophosaurus that found Wayne Knight inside of a Jeep deep in Jurassic Park. I do it on purpose? Okay, well, that's like heinous, in my opinion. It is always at the worst time. It's always like, you know, you're sitting in class and you got a yawn, and then all of a sudden you hit him with like a little bit of the splash zone. The kid in front of you goes like, and then you're just looking up in space. Like, no, I didn't just like spit on the back of your neck accidentally. It happens when I talk. It's embarrassing, bro. And then people, it's like a lot of things in life. People act like it's like a moral failing. People are like, what the fuck, bro? That's gross. And you're like, yeah, I know, bitch. I didn't invent gleeking. Take it up with God. I would not choose this fate for myself either. It's like that meme, you know? Of course you've got body hair. It came for free with your fucking endocrine system. What is gleeking? Okay, gleek, I explained it. You know when you yawn, you go, and sometimes your tongue kind of comes up to the roof of your mouth a little bit, or it pushes down into if this is your soft palate, wherever you put I guess your soft palate's on the top, but it's where you put the thermometer. Doing that causes like a squeeze in your maxillary glands that produce saliva, and literally it's like you're squeezing like a tube of toothpaste with a very, very narrow exit, so it comes out like a high pressure stream, like you're trying to clean a stain off of your deck, and it shoots out, and inevitably it's going to be like the girl that you have a crush on sitting in front of you in the 11th grade, and it's going to hit her in the back of the neck, and she's going to be like, what the fuck, did you just gleek on me? And then you got to be like, no. And then they like grab your underwear and pull it up, and then they put the waistband on the hook in the locker and then slam the door on you. And then the principal's like, hey, you can't do that. And they're like, Principal Skinner, he gleeked me. And they're like, oh, carry on then. Have you ever gotten a wedgie? I went to high school in the 2000s, which is basically the 80s. I never got a wedgie. I never saw anyone get it. Shane Dawson twit longer. I never wedgied my cat. I never I never saw anybody wedgie my cat. I feel like wedgie is a psyop. I don't think the wedgie exists. There was definitely bullying, but I feel like a wedgie was made up. I simply don't believe that there's underwear that strong, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Like, that would be the greatest. It would be like that Stanley Tumbler advertisement where the lady's car exploded and then the Stanley cup was not only unscathed, but it still had ice inside of it. If they made an ad for underwear that was like, check out how strong this is, it can support the weight of like a 135-pound nerd in his locker, I would be like, holy fuck, I gotta get some of that, man. Whatever brand that is, I'm becoming a believer. 5 stars were the thing when I was in school. Bro, I hate getting, as a kid with a soft belly, I fucking hated getting 5-starred, man. What's 5-starred? It's when some motherfucker slaps, gives you an open hand slap right on your abdomen. We used to, wait, it was on the back? You guys are getting 5-starred on the back and you're complaining about it? I would have killed to get 5-starred on my back. People were pulling you, there would be a 2-person job. Someone would pull your shirt up, and then some other kid who's been high-fiving his older brothers for like 13 years would go, shit would sound like the end of a Rush song. They have your belly button looking like Wilson from Castaway. They have you sounding like you've got your finger stuck in a mousetrap in an old Looney Tunes cartoon. Ouch! Sorry, just Trying on some new stuff for 2024. We're mixing up styles. Hold the Ryan. Steamboat Willie ass. I fucking hate all this Steamboat Willie discourse, man. Take it from a Disney head. All right, 9 wins. I'll take it. Steamboat Willie sucks ass, bro. I guess it's a landmark for the precedent that it's finally entered the public domain, but it's pure shit. It's like 17 seconds long just to do. And I'm also losing it at all the people that are like, they think because it's entered the public domain, they're like, I can finally make Steamboat Willie memes. I'm like, bro, you've been putting fucking cerebral, bit-crushed, AI-generated SpongeBob drill rap on my timeline for like literally 15 years. Like, don't worry about it, bro. Disney was not worried about your 2 out of 10, 6 IQ Steamboat Willie, but he's holding like a bloody knife thing. They got other stuff to worry about, like, you know, going to war with Ron DeSantis, okay?